Hey folks, welcome to another day, another unboxing. I've got the Realme 8 5G here, and frankly it's a very puzzling phone because, as you remember probably, I unboxed the Realme 7 5G not too long ago, back in December, and I really like that phone, but this is a downgrade with a higher number for the same price. So I don't understand Realme's strategy here. But anyway, let's unbox this, have a look together. Realme 8 5G, here's the box. Here you can see immediately Dimensity 700 5G processor from MediaTek. That's a downgrade from the 800U last year. 90 Hz refresh rate, that's a downgrade from the 120 Hz on the Realme 7 5G last year. And then the camera, it's missing the ultra wide from last year. And the charging is only 18 watt versus 30 watt last year. So that's weird. Dun, 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 dun. Nothing in here. First thing we see is the divider. Hey, welcome to the Realme family. Realme. All right, we've got a SIM removal tool here and a translucent case, some paperwork. So yeah, look at that. This is nice, a little TPU case with some smoky finish. Nice to get you started. Then we have the manuals here. So we've got possibly the safety and warranty stuff, but yeah. All right, let's have a quick look at the manual here because that is more exciting. It's like a map from back in the day. Okay, we don't need all of the languages since they're all replicas of each other. Here we go. Shows you what's where and some of the details here. Yeah, not too much really. All right, let's get to the phone now. Here, phone, and we get that little 18 watt charger. I think it'll be 18 watt. That's what the phone is rated, so I'll put it up here. USB type A, and then we've got a cable here. USB type A on one side, type C on the other side. All right, so let's have a look at the phone, shall we? That's what we came for. Ooh, it's a blue one. Nice. This is the supersonic blue. There's also a supersonic black available. So yeah, let's open this up. Here we go. And slide this out. Dun, 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 and remove that IMEI sticker. Here we go. Ta-da! Ooh, that's really nice looking. I do like Realme's aesthetic. I did not like the Dare to Leap thing they had on the Realme 8 Pro. So let's turn it on, and while it starts up, I'll walk you through some of the specs so you have a better feel for what's going on. Ta-da! So first thing first, in front you have a LCD panel, IPS. This is the exact same 6.5 inch 1080p panel we had last year, except for one difference. Instead of 120 Hz, it's a 90 Hz panel. Basically a downgrade. As you can see, it's not a bad display. It does have the same kind of slightly exaggerated chin as last year's model, but no major complaints. The front-facing camera is identical, 16 megapixel, f/2.1. In the back, you've got this camera setup here. There's a 48 megapixel f/1.8 main camera with phase detect autofocus. This has 0.8 micron pixels. This is the same camera as on last year's Realme 7 5G. Then it has two 2 megapixel cameras at f/2.4, a macro and a depth camera. Now it's really weird because I see 4 lenses here. I'll put it up here and let you know what I find out about that. All right, so under the hood you have the same battery again. You know, 5,000 milliamp hour, which is very generous. 18 watt charging instead of 30 watt on this Realme 7 5G last year. And then you have a MediaTek Dimensity 700. That's a 5G chip from MediaTek. And it's again a downgrade from the Dimensity 800U last year. In terms of storage and memory, there is 4 different versions. 64 gigabytes and 4 gigs of RAM, 128 gigabytes and 4 gigs of RAM, 128 gigabytes and 6 gigs of RAM, and 128 gigabytes and 8 gigs of RAM. This is all running UFS 2.1. So look, it's a decent package. I'm not complaining. I just don't understand why it's a downgrade from last year's Realme 7 5G, which is a lower number. And while the price is about the same, about $220 or so, I just don't understand the strategy that Realme is going for here. They've kind of downgraded a great phone from last year, but given it a bigger number and kept the price the same. It's just very weird. Let me walk you through the edges. So you have the same setup as before. A fingerprint sensor built into the power lock key here on the right hand side. On the bottom you've got the speaker, USB Type-C, primary microphone, headphone jack. On the left hand side here you've got the volume rocker and the SIM tray. This does have micro SD and a dedicated slot, so you can put 2 nano SIMs and a micro SD card. And then on top here, it doesn't even have a secondary microphone, which is interesting. Earpiece up here. So that's basically the specs on this phone and the lowdown on this Realme 8 5G. It seems like a weird downgrade to me, and that's the part I don't really understand. But at the same time, it's a very attractive little phone, and the price is very reasonable. It's just a bit of a mystery. So I've reached out to Realme and asked them why these decisions, but I haven't heard back. And maybe I'll let you know on the podcast. As you know, this channel is a complement to my podcast, so please like, subscribe, tell your friends, click the notification bell below, and tell me in the comments, would you buy this phone? Is this something you want? Let me know. I'd be curious to find out. And more importantly, would you buy this over the last year's Realme 7 5G, which is probably about the same price, if not slightly less, now that it's been out for a few months. And then remember, as I said, that I'll be discussing this on the podcast, mobiletechpodcast.com. So please subscribe and tell your friends about the show. I'm on all the major platforms, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Spotify. So we'll find you there. And of course, stay tuned for another video soon. Cheers, folks.